Oh man, I've got all these new spells and I don't know which ones I want prepared.
You get them all prepared. I don't know. What are you talking about? Don't you?
Well, like I know them all, but I can only prepare like 8 at a time.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I got like 20 new spell options. I used 8, including the ones I already have. Uh, Basically, I could take tongues and be able to talk to Beavis in whatever language he knows.
Just to aggravate him.
Is that useful? Well, I'm. No, Bless is a level 1 spell. Guidance is, yeah. Which I need to remember to do. Yeah. I have it. It's just I keep forgetting to actually use it.
Oh, it's starting to storm here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. There's some lizard folk there. You're not the only one. I think so. Maybe you had a friend or someone that taught you. Yeah, you just got to think like there's enough that yeah, I mean classic racial prejudices would cause races to come together in some instances. So it wouldn't be surprising that maybe you had a friend or two that were also lizard folk that would have been surprised you didn't know it and then taught you. So maybe we could say like you aren't fluent, like, but you know your Spanish 1 and 2 in Draconic, but it's not like you're born and raised with Draconian as the main language. Let me text Nate and tell him that we're good to go. Nate. What we should have done is been like, Nate, pick up your phone, and then he's like he picks it up, and then you're like, get on the game. Yeah. Hi, Nate.
Hello. Fuck, it's bright in here. Jesus Christ.
It's all dark and stormy here. The wonders of geography.
It's like 85 degrees outside.
Yeah, I know that.
So
And
I've
it was such a
discovered
pain.
the directions of something I'm trying to assemble. It's got two pieces that are identical but inverted, and one picture shows them one orientation, and the next picture shows them the opposite orientation. I don't fucking know what to do. This is stupid.
You cry.
Put together and get mad when it's wrong.
Because it's like it's two vertical pieces and they're like 4 feet long, and so at the bottom they're this wide, but at the top it's this wide. So they're like, I'm doing this. I'm like, that doesn't look right. Fuck me. All right.
Oh.
Directions are shit, and they should feel bad.
So, ready to do this?
Yay!
Okay, so where we left off last time, you all went to the home of Latia and had a wonderful conversation / bargaining with her, which resulted in the removal of your curses. However, she definitely seemed to be playing a game with you all and Dendi. Upon leaving, you all realized that Dendi was much different than she had originally been. She seemed unaffected by much of the magics within this forest, which she had previously been under before. And as you all were leaving, you caught both sight and sound of the tentacle ooze monstrosity thing that you all had fought in the church, charging through the forest in towards Latia's cottage. Against your better judgment, you decided to chase after it. And when you got there, you saw it fighting Yokeg in a pitched battle with Latia watching from her cottage, indifferent. Yokeg told you all that the entity to flee from this entity, and that he would take care of it, which you all did. Upon leaving and finally passing out of Latia's territory, you all traveled towards the elven city that you had previously frequented, and there you realized that Dendi, the magics of Latia in some way, shape, or form had transformed Dendi from a half-elf to a full elf. So she had undergone a race change, a successful race change, unlike Michael Jackson. Had to bring that up. And overall, things went well. You all returned back to Watcher's Hideout. You got paid. You all got celebrated as heroes for your great deeds while in the forest, and ultimately, things went well. However, as we close the chapter of that story, you all were left with answers or questions unanswered. Understandings of things that have gone on that maybe are not as understood as they could be. So I think where we'll pick up is it's been about a week or two at Watcher's Hideout. You all are kind of becoming restless at this point. About 3 or 4 days into your stay at Watcher's Hideout, Valium shows back up. I think what we're going to do here, Nate, is if you can roll a dexterity saving throw, this will tell me how well you did on your vendetta. Pretty good. Yeah, so Valium returns, and when Valium returns, she throws down onto she comes in stumbling, and she's got kind of a light limp to her. She's bandaged in a couple places, and she sees you all at the Band of the Hawks inn there. You've been given free room and board for your time in the town as thank you. And she walks up and she puts a small sack down on the table with a clanking sound on the inside. When you open it up, you see that there is a large number of daggers, about 10 or 11 daggers inside that, all with a leather black wrap handle, and the small dagger sheets that they have all carry with it that same symbol that you saw on those elves. Apparently, Valium did a pretty damn good job of rooting out and assassinating the guild, at least lightly, or at least one of their hides within Mariani.
Hey, does Versi sound really robot to anyone else?
Yeah, I was just about to mention that.
Yeah,
You're like a pixelated roboto. Like, it's becoming impossible to understand you right now.
It's also still photo. I don't have a camera feed anymore.
I have one, it's just running at like 4 frames a minute.
It's getting better.
Oh, he looks to the right.
Okay, all I can see, yeah, I'm getting like 4 frames a minute off of him.
Oh boy.
The internet's dicks. It's eating 50 dicks right now.
Go tell the old lady to turn off the microwave.
Yeah, right.
I mean, as ghetto as it sounded, that's kind of true.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I thought it was me because there's a storm rolling through here.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, not that it was you, but that it was me.
No storms roll through without my permission.
Say, if it was Jason, I'd just accept it and move on.
You're not
It's
Jatella.
internet shit. No, it looks better.
Not
now.
yet. Who knows how the story will go?
Not
We
yet.
all live happily ever after.
Thorgil's gonna become Jatella.
I'm probably gonna do a reboot in a second.
I can see
Okay.
it now. And you
It's
sound
better.
fine. It has improved tremendously.
Yeah, I see flickering on from your screen, so I think it's up to date.
You actually look like you're in
Back up the speed.
something above 144p. You're not YouTube circa 2003.
Have you seen, like, have you actually, like, reminded yourself of what internet used to be? Because, like,
Oh yeah.
you can still go to the Space Jam website, and it's still...
Yeah, that shit's never gone away.
All the 90s?
There's a few things, I think Strife? Was that what it's, Strafe? Strafe1996.com. This is a recent game that came out like a month ago, and that's the website for it. Here, I'll share it because it's fantastic.
Oh god. Fucking StarCraft. It looked better than this.
Their trailer for it's fantastic as well.
I have a hard time
my
justifying
God.
$20 for a game that looks like a piece of shit. Like, if it looks back from StarCraft, then I don't know. I have a hard time swallowing that.
Yeah, I'd say look up footage of it.
Okay, so we good? You guys can hear me fine? You can see
I'm
me
not
fine?
trying to-
Yes. Yes, Herr Doctor.
So, what did you guys understand before I went robot?
I mean, I still understood most of it.
The power of daggers.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
So inspecting the daggers, they were uniform in nature, almost ceremonial, like ornamental versus useful. Although certainly useful. But it seems like Valium, in her vengeance, hunted down and slew a fair number of them. Valium didn't get them all, but definitely went major inquisition on their ass inside Miriani while you guys were off doing other adventuring. So with that, what's the plan? You
What-
guys are there. You can go anywhere, see anything, do whatever.
Well, is
How are we at the
we're watching?
inn that we're seeing?
Yeah, you're in the inn that you're seeing, which is inside the mercenaries' hall, the band of the Hawks, like kind of.
Okay, Valar isn't there. In his place is his pseudo dragon Grimalkin.
Oh, so you're like viewing through him while you're somewhere else or something?
Yeah.
Is Dende still here with us?
I'm gonna say no. She stayed there for a few days, but eventually she left to go on her journey to explore and see the world.
Okay.
Okay.
At that point in time, I'm gonna look right at Valium and go, remind me not to make you mad.
Deal.
Why can't you do that kind of shit when we're watching?
It's because you guys always attack during daylight. Never my preference. Never my preferred time.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm surprised that Thoriel didn't just go bullshit.
It's always during the day when we attack.
Yeah.
Shit's hard to be a stealth ninja when everybody can see 10 fucking miles.
Not trying hard enough.
Well, he's right.
What?
You should visit Gasnick sometime. There are places there that are dark all day.
Are they now?
And I'm gonna order some food while we're here.
As a pseudo dragon?
I can talk through it perfectly fine.
Okay. Yeah, and the little halfling woman that seems to be running the place that still has made a number of passes at Thorgil. She's taken it as a personal challenge after being put down by him before.
No means no.
Not to her. And she goes right away.
All right. So.
Dumb question. I forgot what I'm doing with the knives.
You just collected them.
Okay.
As like a statement. You could say that you want to sell them if that's your preference.
Or you have a bunch of knives you can throw at people. Or stab people with.
Keep them.
I'm gonna hold on to them for now. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Alrighty, so what do we do now? I mean,
I'll ask the $1 million question. Oh, million gold question. Wait, what would...
it's the one platinum question in it.
Phrase. It's a big question.
So
It'd be like the 10,000 platinum question, I guess.
Is platinum a thing? Is
Yep.
It... Okay.
It's the highest currency. That I think 10,000 platinum is 1 million gold. So
Oh. Yeah, probably way less than $1 million gold. So yeah, okay.
alright, so
Well,
what do you guys have in mind?
I am up for a vacation.
What do you need a vacation for? You already took a swimming bath in a pool of blood.
I'm gonna ask the meta question of the evening. Is this supposed to be wrapping up an arc, or is
the
this
arc has
supposed to
been
be
wrapped up.
We're
This is
Okay.
you guys going into the new arc.
Okay, I
Um,
didn't know which direction we were supposed to be going.
Yeah, so one of the things we talked about last session was that I'm going to do a lot more sandbox for you guys. So they talked about where they kind of wanted to go out of the game, but now you guys are basically doing the process to get there inside the game,
Okay.
which was the giant wall of text stuff that we had.
Yeah, I read that. I just wasn't sure if that was for the not this.
That's
one,
for
but the
this
next
session.
one.
Is that's the
Okay.
direction that you guys are aiming
Right.
towards.
Okay. So I'm off by one session. Okay.
Yeah.
So I heard about this wonderful place called the Prel Islands, and
Is
it
it
sounded
dark?
just amazing, and I'd love to go there.
Isn't that where Steven was saying? Was it you or Steven that was saying we should go there?
That's me.
That's you.
Yeah,
What's at this magical place you speak of?
the Desolate Wastes.
That
It's in the southeast on the map.
like garbage. Sounds like garbage island.
Wait. Pro.
Sandy dunes and sun.
Oh, it didn't sound all that great to
Things I
me.
hate. Like fucking Anakin Skywalker, I hate sand. That was a little too meta, sorry. there's a lot of sun, and that's counter to the things that I do well in.
Alright, well then what do you think we should go?
Not there.
Alright.
Somewhere where there is darkness to kill people in,
Alrighty.
preferably for contracted money.
We always use money, so
Alright, Thorgil, what's your take on this?
I've always been a wanderer, but lately I've got questions that need answering and no idea where to go to find them. So I think wherever we go is where we'll need to be, so whatever we decide, I'll be fine with it.
You guys and your aimless wandering. Personally, I think we need to go to Gaznig, because it's kind of been a personal goal of mine.
what about the marshes?
Which marshes?
Gasnag, I haven't been in there for a few years now.
Struvant? I think that's the name.
Just open up the map.
I don't quite remember.
Stole?
To the map.
Oh no, sorry, I see what you're talking about. I can't
Can't zoom in. So
Oh, that zoomed in the wrong thing.
Oh, that's a little cancer to do that zoom button.
Yeah, it's pretty shit. Hold on.
If you click on it, I think it opens up the high-res version of the map.
It does, but even zoomed in, you can't.
Yeah, the
I've just got
Struvant
the
Marsh,
map saved.
south of Wyniad and to the east of Aspor.
Oh, down there.
right, Struvant. No?
Not really. What's with you and heading south?
What about Jakal?
You just want to go far away from that place, Gaznik as possible, is my guess. Like, just to counter. What's your aversion to Gaznik? Have you had a bad time there?
Oh, version.
Can that be
It is a big
permanently
hole in the
Valium's
wall.
voice?
No.
Huh?
I'll never be able to do that.
Do what?
That's
Continue, I'll
naughty
never,
bitch ass voice.
I'll never be able to continue to do it.
I can actually continue to do this one. Yep.
Like,
You just gotta
Valley
practice
Girl
it
kinda?
a little bit every day, Nate.
True story.
I have way too much shit to do besides practice voices at
Yeah.
work.
Oh, I didn't say do it at work. Do it while you're on your bike.
Can't hear myself talk at 70 miles an hour. You just can't.
Oh, you're not trying hard enough then.
yes, Gaztech might have its perks. Big dark hole in the ground. Caverns. Yeah, I think I like it.
I don't have many fond memories of Gasnag, but it's home at the end of the day.
What's it
Didn't
like?
you suggest it?
I've never been there.
I suggested it. Or did you mention it beforehand? I don't remember.
It's
Thought he mentioned it, but
I didn't. It's a place of contradictions. Very high places, very low places.
Okay.
That sounds like it could be bad anyway. I mean, flipping trees. First one on the
You'll
ground.
understand when you see it.
I don't want to see another tree for a while, so Gaznek sounds perfect.
Okay. So with that, you all decide to head towards Gaznig.
Can I buy ammo before we start heading out that way then?
Sure. How do you buy
I'd like
ammo?
to buy some diamonds.
Last time we were here, where is it? Where's the button?
Yeah.
You said it was 3 gold for 20 shots.
So you go to like a blacksmith and convince him to basically sell you small bits of metal to twist into / shape into bullets for your gun.
Yep.
sounds like you are not doing precision work here. These are not match grade bullets.
No, definitely not.
Eh.
Like the shit you shove into a shotgun when you're out of bullets.
It's about what. Have you seen my accuracy?
Black powder.
Blunderbuss. Not even.
No, I don't.
Some nails in it.
I-
A hack
I can get a blunderbuss.
You definitely do that, and you head off to Gaznig. And let's shift over here to see how long it takes you guys. About a month and a half.
Quite the trek.
So I think probably like you catch a caravan going out of Watcher's hideout with a number of the Band of the Hawk moving towards Swift Ground. And one of the things is that oh, that's why I can do it. One of the things that that has happened is that Ricochet decides not to come with you all. She's gonna stay at Watcher's hideout. There's still a lot of rebuilding that needs to be done. The orc infestation is still dangerous towards Watcher's hideout as a whole. Even though you cut off the head of the snake, now the orcs are just running rampant, and the Watchers have a lot of work to do. The Band of Hawk does, so she's gonna stay behind. But you go about your travels. You ride down the road. You head over to Swift Crown, and then ultimately, after stopping in Swift Crown for a little bit, you catch another caravan up to Gaznik. You're not too concerned about speed overall. You definitely go at a little bit of a faster pace. Don't forget that you guys have your own cart and your own
donkey.
And your donkey to travel along with. So yeah, so you guys do pretty well overall along the way. One thing we haven't done in a while is we haven't done cost of like rations and shit like that. So let's go ahead and look at how much I should charge you for some of that.
Hopefully not a lot.
I would think water is the main problem.
I don't know, we had a bunch of fresh streams near us. In the forest.
I wouldn't trust the stream at all. Way too easy to catch something.
60. That would be... That would be 10 gold from all of you for that journey. However, you have a donkey to also feed.
We'll just take that out of Phoebus's.
Nope, that one's mine.
Oh, it's yours, right? I forgot.
Donkey is mine.
So you can handle the care for it.
Yep.
Good, we're all on the same page.
That's going to be an additional 5 gold to feed donkey.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So not too bad. So you overall, you guys, I mean, the travel, it's hardy, but you don't have to worry too much. You didn't even have to pay an escort fee. You kind of just tagged along, quote unquote, selling your services for companionship on the road. And you make your way towards Gaznig. And when you get up towards Gazneg. Dorga, when's the last time you've been here?
At this point, it's probably been about like 3 years at least.
Okay, so a while, but not a long while.
Mhm.
And when you start to approach Gazneg, you can actually see that at least in that portion of the chasm, lots of smoke is billowing up from that chasm area. Gazneg, you all know at least lightly that a majority of the city itself, the city of Gazneg, is in the chasm itself, built along the sides of the walls. Very crap. What's that Native American in like Nevada that built their cities into the side of the rock
I know
faces?
what you're talking about. I couldn't tell you what they're called.
Not Paiute. Anyways, so a lot of it's kind of like that, wood and stone, and that the overall Gazneg is a oddity as a whole because it's both it's pretty equally shared by dwarves and by gnomes. The overall state of the city is one of industrialization. It's one of the higher technological standpoints of the world. If you want to see the cool new things coming out, this is the Silicon Valley of Tavorel, as far as things go. When the caravan is approaching up to Gazneg, you see a number of dwarves riding towards you on giant rams, giant goat-like creatures, and they level these long halberds towards you all, and one of them goes, "What's your business at Gazneg?"
Well, g'day, mate. We just be travellers, just kind of exploring.
I'm from Gazneg. I'm a wandering priest of Tavorel. We mean no harm, I swear on my honor.
Mercenary work for profit would be my answer.
He kind of frowns and he goes, "Priest? We don't see many of them nowadays in Gazneg. As towards your mercenariness," and he looks at you and he kind of like eyes you up and down and he goes, "You look sooner to break than anything else, but we have firm rules about any roughhousing within Gazneg, so keep it to a minimum." And they quickly do a little assessment. They check all the carts to make sure there's nothing like you're not like smuggling people or anything weird in there. Mainly like they check the other caravans. You have a cart. It's not like the wagons that the other caravan has. And they allow you into Gazneg. Wait.
No, never mind.
So when you arrive at the edge, you actually see where you're getting led to. The guards are kind of like guiding you guys up to Gazneg. They're actually guiding you to what almost looks like a wooden platform that is at the very edge of the rim, and you see that there's some kind of winch and pulley system that extends, and this location actually, it could probably fit like 3 or 4 carts on it at a time, or wagons in size, and you see that in essence this is kind of like an elevator that's able to raise and lower itself um, to basically above ground and then in and down amongst Gazdag. Um, and the other thing that you notice that's particularly interesting is that the people that are manning this gigantic um, pulley system are not actually humans, but golems. These gigantic iron golems, their eyes burning and fiery inside. They have a grill in front that kind of look like an iron furnace, like an old school furnace, and the entire thing is lit red. And they seem to be manning these giant like winches, two on each side, that kind of help raise and lift these giant elevators, essentially.
How close are they to us?
Not. They're manning the mechanisms themselves, and you see that there's a number of guards kind of standing nearby. The winches are actually made of like really thick, solid chain link, and
So
everything's metal in that portion.
so the guards are guarding the golems.
They're standing like making sure like no one tries to interfere with the golems or try to break the lifts.
I'd like
Thinking
to.
of trying something.
Oh no.
Motioning-
I would like to walk.
motioning caravans onto this giant lift.
Okay, so we're getting onto the lift, right?
Yeah, they're doing all the because you're with a caravan. So
Okay, gotcha.
They're
So,
getting the rest of the caravan on. You guys haven't gone on yet.
so are one of the guards or whatever coming onto the lift with us at all, or are they just putting us on there and then telling us to?
They're mainly they're kind of doing like directing and like making sure that everyone fits. They're playing some Tetris with the caravan wagons.
Okay, well, I would like to walk up to one of the guards and, in awe, oh, what is that? And point to one of the golems.
He looks at you like slightly inquisitive, and then he goes, oh right, well that's one of the golems. They're the creatures that we use to do the lifts. You'll find them over a large portion of the city. However, we do have a mountain goat service if you're not keen on taking the lifts. Some people don't really like that. So if you want, you could rent a goat to ride yourself down to the bottom.
I
Found the lift.
mean, I'm okay with this, and I would like to take a glance over at Thorgil, who's had height issues since we've been in the trees. My friend over here might.
Oh, this ain't a tree. This is.
But I would like to ask him. I'd like to be really inquisitive about the golems. Is what I'm getting at. Like, kind of enamored with them. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to ask here. I'll start off. What all can you tell me about the golems then?
He chuckles and he goes, "Ha! That's not really my expertise. If you want to know more about the golems, you would want to go down and speak to the gnomes down there. Visit the Inventors Quarter.
Oh, the Inventors Quarter.
There's a college there, run by the Black Blast family. It's the Golden Oak College. They would be able to tell you more about the golem making process."
Fantastic. Well, now I'm really curious.
Alrighty, thank you.
And then he kind of nods and he goes,
Be very interested.
What's that, Thorgil?
I think we have a gnome who will be very interested, or who already knows and will have to explain to us.
I mean, I would ask.
That he motions over and he goes, right, if you're going to be catching this lift down, you better get on board. And then he motions, and you see the one guard that's kind of been playing Tetris with all the wagons, motioning you guys with your wagon to get onto the lift and to fit on.
I thank him and then hurry over. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. So you guys do that. And you
get on the lift.
Yeah. So you guys do that, and you begin to be dropped down into Gaznig.
Awesome.
It's a tall picture.
It is.
I think you might be mistaken there, Versi. I think I see trees down there.
There are some trees down there.
There could be tree, yeah. If it's a big,
It's a giant gap. So as you get basically dropped down into Gaznik, you see why it kind of like extended over the lip a good bit. Because as you start to get slowly drop down, you see that all the rim or all the walls of this area have these massive housing developments. Some fancier than others. Everything looks like a giant single like condominium complex-esque kind of feel to it. Everything seems to be connected to everything else, but some houses have stained glass, other ones don't, like barely just have that really nasty foggy glass tint to it, an unpurified sand look to it. One of the things that you notice is the soot that comes out. It tends to dirty a lot of things, and there's actually a lot of people going about and cleaning windows and cleaning buildings and things like that from this place. And Thorgil, you're basically back home as far as things go.
Is quick question. So Stolt to the flippin' volcano and the is there a lot of ash or anything like that over in Jeckwall? Like that flies over Stolt at all?
You would get it during major eruptions, but in general, you don't get too much. But yes, you would get ash one, maybe 2 times a week. You would get like a rain of ash.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean.
So this is familiar to me, is what I'm. So
it's a
it's
little bit different because everything's billowing up versus falling down, but the dirtiness kind of feel is not uncommon for you.
I like how you call
I
it
think-
dirty.
I think probably the thing that's most different for you is that the air is significantly different. Where you still kind of have that muggy swamp smell, here the air is very stagnant. It's very old, and you see that they try to do a good job of having plant life around in here to help like deal with the carbon monoxide and stuff like that. But it's a losing battle overall.
okay.
I'm going to lean over and whisper to Valium, do you have contacts here too?
Nate?
About,
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was talking to you.
Oh, my bad.
he was
sorry.
asking if you have contacts. In
Do you
Gaznet.
have, criminal
I
contacts?
have the shady kind.
Hey, Versi.
Mhm.
Are you reading the chat, the Skype chat? So Steven's back. Is he's wondering if it's cool for him to join?
Absolutely.
Okay, okay. I just wanted to make sure because like I don't mind rearranging camps.
Yeah, I don't mind either.
Okay.
I'd rather him be here, considering like it's kind of
His shtick.
city. So,
Everybody went to go eat and stuff for Father's Day. I worked on a tractor with my pop. It's
yeah, I did everything yesterday, so
so different.
I worked.
So.
I would pat you on the back, but I'm 3,000 miles away from you.
True facts.
I think we could make use of your contacts here.
We could. I have the criminal contacts that I can contact other people.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Out.
and Valium, have you told them that you're a member of the Shade Merchants?
What about merchant?
I think so.
Um,
This is a different room.
what's
Sorry.
different?
Steven's in a different room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have moved.
He's moved.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. I've missed a few
Yeah,
sessions.
you've been gone a while.
I tried to not die slowly.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm
So
hungry right
yeah, so you're being dropped down this lift and yeah, Cloric, you totally chime in with that. Steven, only thing you missed was you arrived at the top of Gaznig,
Well, fuck, I
Yeah.
thought that was incredibly cinematic.
and they encountered these gigantic iron golems that are
So it
used
was.
to lift.
It was
and-
incredibly cinematic.
Yeah. And you missed the giant iron golems that are used to basically control the lift. And my mouse died. Come on, mouse.
Oh, I missed Nate.
And basically, I was describing that on the way down, you see that the entire city is lined along the walls, very condominium complexy, but like kind of like
Like
there's
the-
no.
Native American Pueblo houses?
There we go, Pueblo. I was trying to say that earlier and I forgot what
That's
sect.
pretty cool.
Yeah, very very Pueblo, except for like it's not like where they don't use like all the materials. Like a lot of it's like stone and metal, and a lot of glass. But the other thing is like some houses are like super fucking fancy, and then right next to it'll be like a shack.
Oh, like the favelas right next to super mansions in Mexico and stuff?
Right, yeah, like that one city like down in Peru or whatever that's literally like this like city inside like an apartment complex kind of thing. So it's kind of like all over the place, kind of mixed and matched along the way. The overall there's like this massive soot that's pulling from the bottom where probably they're doing their forging and whatnot, and that there's a lot of you see a lot of people. You're not sure if they're workers or if they're just the people themselves, like owners of these houses and homes, but they are cleaning the windows and stuff like that, to kind of clear things up, make it look a little bit nicer. It's kind of like those people that live near like a major highway and like the fucking tire and smog gets everywhere on your house windows. Like it's every day or so you have to clean it off, and so you see some of that going along. Going along the walkways, you see a number of guards similar to the ones that you met above. Some of them riding goats, and you actually see in some places where there aren't buildings, you see the dwarves on these what are essentially giant mountain goats, and the goats are leaping from rock to rock, sometimes landing on someone's house and then bouncing to another rock, going up and down different levels independently. All wearing this solid plate mail. You see the you see a number of those golems walking through. Some of them carrying carts, some of them pushing, wheelbarrow type things. Some of them with gnomes standing on like their shoulders and whatnot going through. And about that point, you get to what is probably like 3/5 of the way down, and with a jerk of the chain, you kind of get that little bump, and the lift stops.
Wait, we're not even at the bottom?
No.
Are
Do
we
you want to go like right to the bottom?
are we at a landing?
Yeah, you're definitely at a landing.
Okay.
They didn't just like drop you off the nose.
How is it set up? Is this like all residential, or is there like a guard post, or like is there like a market near here?
So, well, Beavis, you're obviously the most familiar with this place.
Yeah.
This is the common area. It ultimately leads to the marketplace. When they asked what the purpose was of everyone there, a lot of the people were merchants, so you figure that the idea is that they kind of dropped you all off where the most people needed to get off, and probably about that point, there's some guards at that landing too, and they begin, just like you had missed, they kind of start directing the wagons of the caravan crew that you guys had been traveling with off to move towards the city.
So we get off the lift then.
Yeah, it seems to be the.
Seems to be where we should be going.
Well, even if it's not, sightsee until we figure it out.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Why did you guys decide to come to
Alright.
Gaznak? Do we have some gold while we're here?
Not particularly.
Well, I didn't want to go to the desert,
More
and
vacation.
and
Everybody shot down all my ideas.
Do we
yeah,
still have Dende?
no.
No, Dende left.
Okay. So
No.
we just finished up, cleared up the shade sickness, and we're like, fuck it, let's take a holiday in Gaznak.
So basically, the kind of the thing is like this. So you had like about a week in Watcher's hideout before you guys kind of got like the restless, and so ultimately Thorgil wanted to seek answers, and Gaznek seemed like a decent place to go for it. Riley showed a major interest in it. Valar chose everywhere but there, but they convinced them that sounds like a good idea.
It had fewer trees.
I picked pretty hellish places and was shot down as a result.
And then Valium was convinced because she wanted to go somewhere dark, and they're like,
Gaznak is dark.
well, Gazneg's in the ground, and the ground is pretty fucking dark.
It's true facts of life. It's just
Sure.
how we do.
A lot of shadow.
And we saw Golem on the way in too, by the way.
Yeah, that was mentioned. Sentiment.
So just some things for you guys. Here's some locations of interest in case these things are interesting to you guys in the city. There is the Labyrinth, which is the library of the city. There is the Deep, which is the mines. That's off limit to foreigners, but Beavis could get you there, and I'll tell you why in a
Couldn't
minute.
Thorgil too?
Thorgil probably not so much, and we'll get into all that.
Sorry.
But yeah, I mean Thorgil can for other reasons. I'll put it like that. There's the Forge Quarter, which is more the building of armor and weapons and big things that require strong people smacking big hammers into metal.
Some Mathokes hanging out there.
Yeah, kind of thing. There's the Inventors Quarter, which is more like the tinkering area. That's where, like in the case of like Riley, where you're interested in the golems, the golem parts would probably be built in the blacksmith quarter, the forge quarter, but then transported over to the inventor's quarter to be put to use and basically assembled.
I bet that gun would be of some interest there.
Yeah, there's the Mithril Market, which is what you're closest to right now. It's probably where the rest of the people are going. That's the major market in this area where everything gets bought and sold within the city and prepped for export out. A lot of foreigners come to Gaznig to buy large quantities of well-made things and then export them out. Anything from nails to clocks and things like that, wherever they think that they can take them and sell them. So that's there. Screws are a big thing. Screws and springs and a lot of benign, useless shit as far as Gaznig is concerned. But for the rest of the world, the inability to properly create and refine the materials in a proper way makes them super fucking good and also a great trade-off for merchants.
So if this was Civ 5, Gaznig like teched up before everybody else.
I basically called it the Silicon Valley of Tavorel.
Okay, that's yeah.
As far as things go, yeah, it's super tech. And then there's also the Echo of Heroes, which is the basically the Hall of Heroes for Gaznig.
Okay.
And there's the 3 colleges of Gaznig. There's the Stonewall Institute, the Golden Oak College, and I left the third one blank. Steven, the Lightbringer family, what is the name of their college?
Wait, shit, I was sneezing. The first two are
The Stonewall Institute
Stonewall.
and the Golden Oak College.
Golden Oak. So we've got stone and wood.
Watch out!
Can I have a little time?
Yes.
Okay.
I will say that if it helps any, the Lightbringer family, you would know this, is famous for their conjuration magic.
Okay, cool.
And their college
okay,
is primarily teaches conjuration.
Okay. So these are colleges of magic.
And tinkering. They often mix them in interesting and unique ways, but they all teach all schools of magic, but they're particularly good in
a specialty.
A specialty.
So it's not like colleges at Oxford where they're all part of one university and they're different colleges. They're totally separate universities.
Right.
Okay.
Basically, they're just not called universities. They're
Okay.
colleges. And you know that the Stonewall Institute is run by the Castmaster family of gnomes, and they specialize in transmutation magic. And the Golden Oak College is run by the Black Blast family, and they are an enchantment college.
Okay.
And Beavis would know that thoroughly. And he's probably, the entire time you're writing down, he's probably like telling you everything and anything about the city. So I'm kind of like, that list of stuff is probably like the things that Beavis is telling you guys as you're writing the list down.
Castmaster's Transmutation, Black Blast was
Enchantment.
cool. So where do we want to go, folks? I will say that throughout all the time we've been traveling together, Beavis never shuts up, but none of you have ever heard him mention Gaznig.
Until now.
Yeah.
Alright, Beavis, what can you tell us about this place?
What do you want to know, Riley?
What can you tell me about these golems?
They're fantastic. Is my great grandfather who had a pivotal role in developing the first one. They have a. Did you describe how they work, John?
It's a mix of crafting and magic. All golems require heavy magic. However, The main place where golems get made, while being in that area, is actually done by people trained at the Golden Oak College. That's the people. It requires heavy enchantment magic.
Then I'll start talking about how they're powered by these heavily enchanted stones that produce this heat that we use to create steam, and I'll talk about the hydraulics, and I'll just kind of keep rambling.
Yeah.
Riley will actively listen to everything you have said, which is completely out of character for anything that has ever happened for any conversation you've had with him.
I think Beavis would probably get more excited and start talking faster and louder. Like, holy shit, somebody's listening.
The little things in life.
I'd go to the labyrinth. It sounds interesting.
These are like very much different areas.
Yeah.
Like very far apart, I'm assuming, relatively. Is it like throughout the entire crater that is Gazneg, or is...
No. Basically, at the end of the chasm, where the ground kind of meets a triangle, a point, it's that area. Basically, it kind of creates like a triangle in that area because that's the most land available without having to like try to create bridges and stuff. And that's one of the things that you guys know, and Phoebus points out, is that there are no bridges back and forth. Like, you have to go the rim around. So that's why everything's very like jumbled and stacked and up and down and stuff, is because they're
even
trying
when you get
to,
like lower and the chasm's not as wide.
Well, then you start reaching the deep, which is where
okay.
the dwarves start delving down. One of the things that you guys know is that as a whole, the gnomes tend to run the magic and invention, and the dwarves tend to run the judicial system and dealing with the mining and the metalworking and refining the forges and stuff like that, as far as the city goes. And essentially, like in general, the dwarves run deep.
Well, does anyone have any idea where they want to go?
Yeah, I said I want to go to the library.
Oh, right, you did say that. I forgot. My bad.
Oh, no, first we need to determine lodgings.
That'd probably be a good idea.
We're near that. I'm sure that the inns are probably near the merchant's quarter, right? If we're near I would bet that the inns are probably near the market. Because that's what traffic will be. So, John, do I know how? Well, I guess what kind of lodgings do we usually stay in? Do I want to lead us somewhere fancy, or are we staying like some fully bitten hovel? How you guys feeling? Because I got some cash to throw around. I'm a light bringer.
I mean, I usually go for Riley usually goes for the cheaper option because that's pretty normal to him.
I think Beavis would kind of like reach up and slap you and be like, "You're in Gazneg now, boy. You may as well enjoy yourself. This is the city that never sleeps. The downright metropolis."
Was Zoriel and Valium. Sorry, I wanted to say Valyria, but that's from now. What want to do?
I'm content creeping through the library, and maybe I'll find something useful to read that will teach me how to kill somebody more effectively.
He probably, as I say, he just wants to stab somebody. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
More or less. My goal is
Valium doesn't need an inch. She sleeps in the shadows.
Yes.
Well, the other thing
fast
is
light?
Valar mentioned Valium getting in contact with her people.
Yes, I do have
Slightly off
context.
topic, but what do the people of Gasnag do with their dead, like burial or cremation?
I don't know. What do you think they do?
You guys know that Tibetan sky burial where they like chop you up and leave you out for the birds?
That sounds terrifying, but yes.
I think
was
that's what
not
they
aware
do.
of that, no.
I think that's what they do because I'm sure that like soil is like a high commodity since it's mostly stone, and cremations would just actually maybe they just cremate them because already all that soot. You guys think they chop them up and let the birds eat them, or do they cremate them, or
Eh.
Dump them in the hole at the bottom of the pit.
they animate? Yeah, they animate them and they use them as labor in the mines.
Well, golems, it's a risk, not a risk, a cost, I guess, offset. Golems are expensive.
We'll use the
Animated
golems for
dead
the
might
big
be
jobs.
pretty cheap. Yeah.
Yeah.
The bulldozers, I guess, if
Yeah.
you would.
Just carting all the rocks out. Look, Grandpa Joe did it. I don't know. I'm voting for the sky burial.
Sky burial.
Don't Google that, by the way. There's seriously fucked up pictures of it.
Yeah, that I do know.
Alrighty, let's move.
I think
That
we'll
was a
say
fun word.
that as far as the gnomes go, their burial is always like they want their burial to be a part of their inventions. So maybe they're put in the golems or something like that to kind of become a part of their inventions. As far as the dwarves, they're buried in like dwarven burial tombs down in the areas of the deep.
Yeah, it seems very dwarfy.
They're like interred in
Okay.
stone itself. I think that probably makes more sense.
Okay. I was just asking because that might come up later for
Well,
backstory stuff. But yeah,
Beavis'
for
will it
now,
says chop me up.
That can be arranged.
yeah, for now I'm okay finding as like suitable in lodgings because we do have money.
Yeah, if
and
nobody
visiting the library for answers.
says specifically what they want, I'm just gonna kind of start leading them off towards something like pretty fancy.
Well, we stay with Beavis' family.
I don't recommend that.
Let's do it.
Why not?
You ever heard the term black sheep?
No.
I'm a character. I'm an RPG character. I can't be like
Black
buddy
Mountain
buddy
Goat?
with my family. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, Black Mountain Goat. You're right. Let's just say that before I left, the Beavises, the Lightbringers, were considerably more powerful.
Why are they not more powerful? Like,
know,
why did the power level change?
Curiosity killed the cat.
Hmm.
This is one of the first times you ever see Beavis be evasive. He's not just flooding forth with information.
Is something you want to tell us there, Beavis?
Ten fucked up.
Usually,
Well played.
and I'll say, "Come on! I know this is the place," and I'll lead him off towards some mischievously named inn, where they'll hit their head walking in because everybody is short.
Yeah, I actually have that in my notes.
Except for Borgo.
Well, I figured Beavis would know like inns that are meant for travelers that would be normal size, but he's specifically bringing them to a gnome inn, like a more local place.
Got it. Yeah.
I don't know about it. Well,
How tall are you?
I'm like just under 6 foot, like 5'11", I think.
So we can push 2 beds together.
That's not exactly what I'm worried about.
Yeah. So you all head off to an inn. What's the inn called? Beavis.
Shit, I don't know. I'm improved out. Somebody else come up with something know me. The
short stay.
yeah, that'll do it.
Short stay. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking like the Tinkerer's Toolkit or something. That don't work for an inn.
Yeah. So you all
The
show
mother
up at
of
the
invention.
Fucking Jay, the 30-second lag right there.
No, I had to think that one up.
Yeah, so you all go to the short stay, and you walk in, and I think the reason that Beavis likes this place is it's very eclectic, kind of like he is, like there's tons of like finery all over the place. It's kind of like ever been at like those like antique restaurants where like everything, like all the furniture is like buyable while you're getting served. Like it's kind of like one of those, like, so it's like really fancy chairs, but no chair matches. And there's like 7 different chandeliers hanging from the ceiling, but all of them are different. And like all the plates on the tables for all the diners and renters of rooms are all different plates. And when you walk in, there's a very heavy bustle in here. Overall, this place is more a location where gnomes go to party, and they have rooms, but that's not. It's more like I can't walk home, and I might fall down the chasm if I leave here drunk. So I'm going to get a room,
So
and
the
that's why
short stay. Okay.
and that's why it's called the short stay.
Nate's gone. You pulled all this dumb shit together and you made a nice little place, and Nate wasn't here for it.
I know. I totally
Also, I
improv the
have
shit out of that place.
I have the name for the College
School?
of Magic. Yeah,
Awesome.
so they do conjuration magic, right? So it's the Conjure Dome.
The Conjure Dome.
Yep. I can't think of anything good, so I'm going with a shitty pun.
I mean, okay.
I reserve the right to make that less horrible if I can think of something that's like grand and magical. But for now, it's the Conjure Dome, because Beavis likes Mad Max.
Okay. Boom. Now a part of the lore.
That's not immutable, right? Though, because that's horrible, and I can't think of anything better.
Yeah. So you guys walk in, and like everybody has to duck. Even Thorgil has to duck a little bit. To get, like, he has to tilt his head forward to walk through this. Where like Riley, like, you straight up like
Crawl.
you almost have to crawl in a little bit. And once you get inside, it's a lot more airy. But you're now like you're kind of pulling a Gandalf in Bag End kind of thing. Where like you honestly God have to watch out so you don't hit the chandeliers, kind of thing. But you can stand up. You're just crouched over a little bit. And the gnome, like inside, like you guys are just like that's the scenery. The gnomes are fucking off the chain as far as like what they're wearing. Like there's every kind of robe. Like every one of them's wearing bling. They're like, you thought Beavis was weird. Beavis was normalized. Like
I was low key.
he was low key as far as things go in here. Like they're wearing like rings, like just covered in gems and bracelets, necklace, like people like. It's kind of like those rappers that have like 9 fucking gold chains with like diamonds on them and shit. Like just everything all over the place as far as these gnomes are concerned. All of them wearing gaudy, weird clothing. I kind of think like some of those like droopy shoulders and like knee areas. Kind of like, what is that? Is that Baroque here where they wear the weird, gaudy, fucking fluffy
I know what you're
jackets
talking about, but I don't know the era.
and shit?
I have a question.
Yeah.
How many of them have like colored hair?
Like their hair is of different colors?
Like, green or blue or I don't know.
None.
Except Beavis. While you guys were asleep, he dyed his hair hot pink.
Wait a minute. I thought Beavis had a particular thing against people with colored hair.
He does.
I don't remember what hair his was. Or what color his hair was.
I look a lot older than I am. I have like gray hair, like silver hair, and a big old beard. I look like a mad scientist, a little fuzzy mad scientist.
Little fuzzy mad scientist.
So I guess I'll swagger up to the bar and I'll order us all around. And I'll say, my friends and I here need accommodations.
Yeah, and
What language did you say it in?
Well, whatever they speak here, I guess Gnomish, right? I speak.
Yeah, Gnomish.
Well, I assume common.
This is hilarious. Gnomish bar.
It would be hilarious if I didn't speak Gnomish.
It's integrated immediately by being a gnome.
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
Yeah, and I think Gnomish would be. I mean, this is a place that you know, so.
Yeah, sorry guys, I didn't think about the fact that y'all Gnomish in here.
Like, I almost think that this is almost like a college bar. Is kind of like the feeling I'm getting. Is like this is almost like college bar. And yeah, so you walk up to the bartender and it's a gnome and he's pouring drinks, and one of the things that you notice is like the level of like the ground where the patrons are versus the level of the bartender. He's on a higher, like he's kind of like on a 6-inch like raised platform that he's like walking around on, so that when everything's got stools and stuff, and he turns around and when you go to order a round and you see him push up his little glasses. Give me 1 second. Oh, you got it.
All I know is I'm gonna flip my chicken nuggets in about 3 minutes.
There we go. Cool. There we go. And you see this old man and he squints for a second and then he pulls off his glasses, and he's got those spectacles where they don't have any ear things. It just like rests on his nose, and he pulls them off and he wipes and then he puts it back and he goes, "Well, grind my gears, Beavis, is that you?"
I'll take the hood back. Be like, Thorgil, hey!
Thorgil?
Yeah, and then I'll look back at Thorgil and be like, Thorgil, hey! Thorgil!
Simpleton.
How you been, Thorgil? It's canon now, the bartender's name is Thorgil.
Yeah, and he's like, busy, always busy. Where have you been? I haven't seen you in like years.
Here and there. I met
Well,
some,
good to have you back.
folks. Can we have some accommodations? Thorgil?
Yeah, no problem. How many rooms do you need?
I'll look around, I guess I'll start counting, and I'll say, how many rooms do we need? Do we want to...
6 plus donkey in the cart.
What? Oh, yeah, we need law, okay.
When do I get asked Thorgil for a drink?
So do we want to like sleep in the same room to save money, or Beavis is gonna get his own room? I'll say a room for me, and then I'll kind of point to you guys and be like,
See, I need my own room.
So 2?
I need to meditate.
He's twirling his finger, like waiting for you guys to speak up.
I will mention the fact that I've got a mule and your cart.
Yeah, I keep forgetting I bought that. No, I bought a pony too. Is that pony dead somewhere?
I thought you rented a pony.
No, I bought a pony. I bought a pony and a carriage for like 200 gold.
No, you got him.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we brought them with us, yeah.
How much gold did I
I'll
charge you guys?
Probably have my own room as well.
It was 10 gold for the travel, and then...
Then, yeah, 5 for the pony.
It was 5 for the mule.
Yeah, so
I gotta
15
drop
gold
15?
off.
Okay.
Yeah. That was for the travel. It was like a month's travel to get to Gaznek from
Cool.
Side up, so.
Then I guess I'll say we need
travel costs.
stable space for two horses and a cart, and at least 2 rooms. And then I'll point to you guys. So do you all want your own room?
Yeah, he leans forward and he goes, Beavis, if you're stabling animals, are you going to be here for a while?
Not sure yet. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, no problems. How many rooms was that total?
So 5, right?
I mean, if people are just sticking with one room to save money, Riley will stick with that. But otherwise, Riley is not going to get a room. He's just going to hang out with his. He's just going to hang out wherever.
I guess I'll say I have. Yeah, I actually have a book about those golems. If you'd like to stay in my room, Riley.
I'd be okay with it.
All right.
Because I mean,
so we got 4 rooms, and then stabling the aminals.
That'll be 22 gold a night.
For all of them?
All together.
This is separate checks, Thorgil.
Oh, let's see here. 5 gold per animal, and what did I say? 4, 3 gold per room.
Okay, so I owe 8 gold, Zach owes 5, everybody else owes 3. Right?
Sure. That sounds good.
Okay. Alright. Then I'll slip him 9 gold, and I'll say, I'm assuming that we don't need to be telling everybody I'm here yet, right, Thorgil?
Does Thor get?
Yeah, no problem. Although, just saying, you aren't the hardest to miss, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it needs to be a secret, but
Hey, you
I
just
know,
don't want me like standing up on the bar and shouting your
yeah.
name,
yeah,
like I did earlier. Sorry
yeah,
about that.
that's all right.
Yeah, no problem. So I don't need to hide you from your father or anything, right?
You would know more than I. Do you need to hide me from my father? How's he feeling?
Well, he doesn't know you're in town. I just wanted to know if you know any of the family comes around, if I'm supposed to be feigning ignorance or anything.
No, I don't think I've seen an assassin in a while. We should be okay.
Wait, what?
Okay.
No, that's a joke. I don't think my family tried to assassinate me.
No, they haven't. They're disappointed in him, not wanting him to disappear.
Some people that's synonymous.
They're not at that point yet.
I mean, just look at Valium.
Hopefully they haven't paid Valium. That's the reason she's with the party. We go to sleep and she cuts my throat.
Yeah.
So, what time is it? Like, are we going to sleep right now, or are we just kind of dropping our shit off and...
Yeah, Thorgil the gnome chimes in and he chuckles and he goes, "Well, don't they know this is a city that doesn't sleep?"
Good point.
Oh, great, another one.
What do you mean another?
Is that in character? Are you saying?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, I
Golden City was also a city that doesn't sleep.
was it?
And
Oh,
he
yeah,
chuckles.
you're right.
Yeah, he chuckles at that and he goes, "Well, I mean,
Pretenders.
people do. The city doesn't. Considering most things run on machines, they just keep chugging. Those elves, they literally just do not sleep."
Well, that depends. Well, it depends on your definition of sleep.
Like a good drink either.
I know for a fact that in a college bar, the bartender would get excited when Thorgil complains about the lack of strong alcohol.
Yeah, he sat there and he goes, "Well, it's been a while since a dwarf has patroned my bar. Don't you worry, I got something just for you." And he goes over to this one keg, and it's like tar, like tar has covered the entire keg, and he starts pulling from it, and he sets it down, and then he says, "Wait right here. and he goes back into like the kitchen area, and you see him come out with a tong with a big block of charcoal, and he drops it into your mug of beer and slides it across to you.
It's charcoal.
Yeah, big like
Activated charcoal. Yeah. Otherwise, this drink would kill him.
And you like it's like sinking to the bottom, and it's like fizzing and bubbling inside this mug.
Do I know if this is like a tradition? Is this hazing? Is this like a really strong, tasty drink that, or like, do people dare each other to drink this?
I think this is a drink that gnomes haze each other with, but this is like basically a Jaeger bomb for dwarves. You're muted.
All right, I'm gonna drink it.
Muted on purpose.
Okay. Yeah. So, do you pound it or?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a few years since you've been here, but yeah, you slam that down and roll me a Constitution check.
I was waiting for that one.
Okay. I did a saving throw.
Yeah,
Does that
that's good. Yeah, it's a saving throw. Yeah, you have no problem. You slam it down and like at the point that you see all this, like the immediate vicinity of gnomes have kind of gone quiet. By the way, all the gnomes talk like Beavis.
Constantly.
Oh
Like,
man.
like there's it's like
Incessant.
going into an aviary. Like it just
Oh dear.
doesn't stop. And but like for a moment, for maybe like a good like 10 seconds, the immediate area around the bar has gone silent. And then they like see this happen. Thorgil, what you essentially drank was like, the best way I could describe it is Jameson, Johnny Walker, and Jim Beam all mixed together and then lit on fire. If anyone's ever had it, it's called the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse shot. They are,
Yeah, I've had it.
yeah. Nate knows. He just chugged a 16-ounce glass of it.
No, fuck that shit.
Damn. Then people will say, "Damn, Thorgil took it like a champ."
Wow, that's the first
Yeah,
one that
Tavorel
comes up for the same
is-
4 horsemen.
Thorgil makes a little face when he downs it all, but other than that, he's just completely unfazed.
No burp or anything.
No chaser.
He doesn't need one.
No,
Not with a
saving
constitution.
that for later.
Yeah, and then like then we get that like Despicable Me like creatures where like they all like scream and like a cheer at Thorgil after he slams the glass down. Like totally calm. It's like taking a hit from like a 6-foot bong and just like having no problem with it.
So does he get a free drink out of it? Like, finish the
No,
burger,
no,
you get
no,
a free
no.
T-shirt.
And,
T-shirt. Yes.
Pass this on to my gnome friend right here.
They put a picture of You're gonna pass one to me?
Oh, dude, he's gonna fucking die.
No, I'm gonna drink it.
He's gonna die. You will fail the Constitution check.
Probably, yeah, but I'm gonna drink it.
and yeah, Thorgil the gnome totally like, oh, we lost
Or died.
Laura.
Guardian down.
Perfect, because my chicken nuggets are now done.
Yeah, go ahead, Nate. You're not a major part of this drinking scene.
She's hiding in the shadows, eating her chicken nuggets.
Yeah, she stole them off of some gnome's plate.
Out of his hand.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, okay, there he is.
But yeah, so the Thorgil the gnome like chuckles and he goes, "Well, Beavis, good to see that things are back to the old days. You didn't even wait a minute to dive into this," and he pours another one, and you see him go back and grab with his tongs. He comes out with another hot piece or another charcoal piece, plunks it down, and I assume you pound it.
Well, I'm gonna put my hand on the handle, and then I'm gonna stop and look seriously at Thorgil. You didn't swallow the charcoal, did you?
Yeah, he did. He crunched it at the end, like the worm at the bottom of a thing.
He'll go, ooh.
With,
And
like,
then I'm gonna say it's been a while, and before I finish my sentence, I'm gonna pound it. Shit. So do I click
Constitution saving
Constitution saving throw?
throw. Yep.
Oh, nat 1. Oh, it really has been a while.
that one.
I swallow the charcoal.
I'm just gonna throw my arms up. We already have our room keys, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw my hands up and like leave.
I guess when I
With
wake
that-
up, I'll say, man, I'm
With
getting
that
old."
showing.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where like when Beavis is going down, he has to pause like 3 or 4 times to like prevent himself from puking. And then finally he reaches the bottom and the charcoal bumps him in the nose and he puts it down and you see him wobble, look around, and then vomit it all back up right into the flame.
Yeah,
Puke and rally,
as
I'll
soon as
drink
I
it
see
again.
that, when he blows up, I am just gone.
Yeah, before you
I have a weak
nagging.
constitution.
Yeah.
But I'm going to send Malkin out into the city.
Okay. Anywhere particular that you want him to fly around to?
Just do some flyovers.
Okay. Yeah, and Thorgil, the gnome, he quickly hands you a wet towel and a glass of water to Beavis, and he goes, "Well, it has been a little while since you been here, so don't feel too bad."
Yeah, just like the old days. Most of my nights ended that way.
By the way, that's 2 gold per each of us. So 4.
I full cup 4 gold.
And then he leans and he goes, "I'd be happy to start a tab if you guys want to get that rolling."
Yeah, start a tab under Lightbringer.
Okay, no problem.
Right.
Oh dear. This is not gonna end well, is it?
But I started the tab after I paid for our current drink, so those
Yeah.
I took
So-
out of my, and a silver for a tip.
Yeah, no problem. What's the plan now? You got your rooms. Valar, you went off to yours.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna be a part of that cockamamie crap.
Nope. Not when vomiting's involved. I already had
Yeah.
enough of that back in the forest.
Yeah, and when you get there, you
Oh.
you quickly realize that these are rooms for shorter folk as a whole. However, being the knowledgeable person that Thorgil the gnome is, he gave you a couple like rooms with double beds in them, so the taller of you folks can actually like kind of push them together and have. It's still like being in a kid's bed as an adult, but at
It's
least it's manageable.
Or kind of like Abraham Lincoln having to be diagonal on a bed.
Right, yeah. That kind of thing. Like, it's like, sometimes, like, when I, like,
Yeah.
go, like, if I stay at, like, friends' houses and shit, like, my feet hang over the beds. And
Yeah, why do people have such short beds? It's
I have no
bullshit.
idea. It's crazy.
It's horrible. I guess I'll look at the remainder of the people downstairs and I'll be like, "Food? You hungry?"
So what time of day is it right now?
I don't care.
Like, I'm just wondering if it's a reasonable time to go somewhere, or
Yeah, it's prime time. You guys probably got there at, like, 10 or 11 o'clock. Maybe about an hour's passed since you got to Gaznig originally.
in the morning?
Yeah, so...
Okay.
Now.
Because Riley would like to go. Riley kind of wants to go to the Golden Oak College, find out more about golems.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you trying to get like a mecha suit or something?
Golems are really awesome.
That's true.
One thing, Beavis, because I wanted to add a little bit more to your backstory.
Racist.
Yes.
The Black Blasts are the rivals of the Lightbringers.
So when I had my little transgression, it enabled them to kind of get a leg up, and now they're on top.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. So as far as like hierarchy is concerned, it's Stonewall Institute, then it's Golden Oak College, and now it's Conjure Dome third.
No, Conjure Dome. You gotta say.
Okay.
Until I think of something better, we're sticking with the pun.
They got knocked down a peg as far as things go, and I mean, tell me if this isn't cool because I wrote stuff in assuming you'd be good with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the other reasons that you're a black sheep is because you went into illusion magic, and there's no practical use for that in Gasnick.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I would have done enough during college to not get straight B's, but my real passion was illusion, and it pissed my family off.
Well, yeah. I mean, you get your AA in magic no matter what, but when it came down to it's like, okay, now what's your major? You're like illusion magic, and everyone's like, the fuck, what? Because you always take transmutation, enchantment, or conjuration. That's just the way it is in Gasnick. You want to do illusion shit, you go and study with the elves. That kind of.
Yeah.
Name, dude.
And particularly, there's one Black Blast that you hate the most.
Is there?
And that is Leighton Black Blast.
Is he a professor?
No, he is not.
Okay.
Actually, let me ask Beavis. Have you always been rivals? Were you ever friends? Did you just always hate him?
No. He's my peer, right?
In some way, shape, or form.
Okay, the reason I'm a black sheep is that I wanted to bridge the gap between our families, and I was working with him on a big project.
Okay. So you guys were trying to bridge the gap between the families. But I think something also went wrong, and because he doesn't like you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how we were originally friends, and there was some fallout. Maybe what we were doing actually worked, and he stole it, and that's why his family's now more powerful or something.
Okay, yeah. So you guys were working on some improved golem or something. Cool. We can figure out what that was later. But dwell on it. Think about it. Maybe what it was that you're working with Leighton on at some point. So yeah, so you could definitely go to that college, Riley. How about the rest of you guys? Oh, by the way, Nate, you totally missed Beavis rolling a nat 1 when he drank the drink, and he almost puked 4 times trying to kill it, and then after he slammed the glass down, he puked back into the glass.
Perfect. That's exactly what I expected and desired.
College days.
I literally, you got up and then it happened. I'm like, Nate missed his hopes and dreams right now.
My hopes and dreams were a little bit behind.
Yeah.
I'll go to the university, see if they have some classes on how to kill people better.
Okay. So there's still a labyrinth. I know that was a thing that you guys wanted to do. There's the Mithril Market. There's the Inventor's Quarter, the Forge Quarter, obviously the 3 colleges. There's the Deep, and then there's the Echo of Heroes, which is the hall where they give praise to their ancestors. That's also kind of the impromptu church to the gods is there.
Yeah. That's where we would have seen the image of Dalar and how we know him.
Right, exactly. That's particularly why you would know that Thorgil is that Dalor is one of those carved figures inside the Echo of Heroes.
I mean, I know this city like the back of my hand, so I don't really have any interest in those places. I'm just gonna sit and catch up with some old friends and grab some bite to eat, unless somebody wants a tour guide. Beavis is gonna grab a slightly less
I
fatal beer.
buy a few things.
Okay, so Riley's going to the college. Valar is up in his room.
Mhm.
Beavis is chilling out at the bar. Valium is going to the college, to the
Wants to
market.
enroll in Murder College.
Murder College, yep.
Okay, so going to the college with Riley. And Thorgil, you said you're going where?
Shopping. I need to pick up
Shopping.
a few things.
Cool. So let's do Thorgil first, because there's probably going to be a little bit less RP in that case. But one thing that when you're all going out, Thorgil, you get a little bit. Actually, I need someone to roll me a survival check to navigate Gazdag.
I was about to say I want to tell him like which vendors to avoid or something like that. I want to give him like advantage if he's bartering or something. But
well, this is purely
this is different. I don't know. I'm still in the bar, so you're on your own. But before you left, I told you like I heard you say you were shopping, and I told you some shit.
So you get turned around a little bit, but eventually you find the proper lifts. I think probably it's one of those stubbornness things where you're like, I know my way around here, but it's been 3 years, and like it really takes someone like living here consistently to truly know where you're going. And finally, like when you're probably about to get lost, you find you like get a hold of a guard and ask for directions. And like you realize you were close, but like you would have walked right by it. You guys take a lift down a little bit further, and you get off, and then you go across a couple like different like bridges that bridge some gaps between buildings and locate streets. And when probably about like 20 minutes into walking and taking these lifts and whatnot, you stumble upon a scene where there's a massive number of dwarven guards, and they have all of their big iron shields. They're kind of like tower shields made for dwarves, and they have them, instead of being vertical, they have them horizontal, and creating almost like a barricade. You see a lot of people, like particularly a lot of gnomes, like trying to like peek over and look, and they seem to be surrounding a inn in the area, in the inn called the Broken Cog, and you see one of the there's a giant iron golem there too, and it has like a lantern, and you see it like every second it presses a button, and the lantern flicks to red and then off, and then to red and then off, and then red and then off, and then red and then off, over and over and over.
Okay.
Do you pass
Where's
by?
Grimalkin?
Is this?
Everywhere. Grimalkin's kind of been bouncing around to different rooftops and inspecting. I think probably he's made his way over to like the Mithril Market, considering that would be the most hustle and bustle overall, and that's where he would probably end up finding himself. So
Okay.
A little bit a ways from this location.
All right.
So do you guys pass by? Do you be nosy rubberneckers, or? I think you're muted, Zach.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Wait, is this everyone or just him? Because I thought we were kind of like branching
Yeah,
out.
I thought this was just Thorgil.
You guys haven't split.
Okay.
Oh, so it's everybody except Beavis.
And Valar, because Valar is in his room.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah, so like you tower over the dwarves by like 2 feet. As you walk over, and one of the dwarves he looks up and he goes, Roy, you need to step back there, sir.
May I ask what's going on, eh?
There's been a murder.
Oh, way to kill the mood.
Valium works quick.
Oh!
I need to leave.
I would like to, as soon as he says murder, just turn around and look look for Valium.
Go back.
No, I'm not accusing you. I'm just looking at you.
I mean, it takes a thief to catch a thief, right? She's probably the best person to figure out who did it.
Oh, what exactly happened?
And you see him like kind of like he's got a kind of a really bristly beard, and he kind of does that like weird thing with his mouth where he like shifts his mouth and he twitches the mustache a little bit, and he goes, to tell you the truth, everyone in the bar ripped to shreds, blood everywhere. Not quite sure.
Shit.
Well, that was a little more intense than I was expecting. So is it a group of people, not just like singular?
As far as we can understand, there's at least 6
Dead?
Impressive feat.
dead. Looks like they went through a stone crusher.
Oh, and you don't know who all did it or anything like that?
He looks at you and he goes, honestly, don't really know anyone that'd be capable of it. Maybe an iron golem could pull off something like that, but
They're tired of being enslaved.
they're automatons. They need direction, and they're slow.
I mean, I'm not sure where to go from here.
I'm not exactly sure how to handle
Well,
this
if
process.
we come back tomorrow, I could speak with Dead. I need to have time to prepare them.
Do you say
Do they
that
still
to
have
the
mouth?
dwarf?
Can you do that to people that are like chunks instead of a body?
like, can we come back tomorrow?
If there is no
it
head
must
to
still have a
talk,
mouth, but
cannot
that's
talk.
it.
Yeah, you need
I
a
think
mouth.
the head, the head can talk.
Yeah, if there is a head.
Is there a head? Are there heads? Do the heads roll?
You don't have sight of the scene.
Come back later. Sneak
I don't know you can do this. Do
The guard.
Yeah,
Yeah, I asked the guard. Are there bodies left, or is it just completely bloodbath? I'm a priest of Jatella. I may be able to help tomorrow if you give me time to prepare.
he quickly like kind of looks at you differently. Like before, like you just like he kind of treated you guys like you were like just more riffraff that's like being brown nosy. But the moment that you like you prescribe yourself as a priest, he quickly changes his overall look a lot. And he goes, well, it's not my place. I'm not of a proper rank for that kind of thing. You'd have to speak to the general. He would be the one to talk to, and I'm sure that he'd want your help.
Can you let us know where to find him?
Yeah.
And he goes right, and he turns his head. And he goes, "Oi, general! Got a priest here."
Oh, no,
And,
no.
when the door to the inn opens, you're hit with just a heavy stench of iron.
Oh,
Wait.
Literally just like punches you guys.
Question:
Mhm.
Is it stronger or weaker than Balar after his bull diving his jaw diving incident?
About the same.
Oh, it smells like Balar went swimming again.
Yeah. And out from there, you see a dwarf that's basically just wearing breeches, and boots, like no shirt. Got a big fiery red beard that has been tucked into this giant brass belt around his waist, and the sides of his head shaved, and on the top is a fiery red mohawk. And the only he actually does have one thing. He's got leather straps, kind of like almost like a vest, because on the back he has two giant battle axes sitting on either side, and he's kind of got like a holster for them on his back. And he walks over and he eyes you up, Thorgil, and he goes, "What's your name, lad?"
My name's Thorgil. Me and my companions just arrived this morning. Truly, it was fate, I think, that we are here to help.
Aye, that might be. What can you do for me? This scene. I mean, and he kind of like does this. He goes, "You're obviously from here. We get deaths. It happens. Not proud of it, but it happens. People die in accidents, forge fires, mine collapsing. But this is outright slaughter. And honestly, it's not to my liking. It reeks of magic."
Alright, it certainly seemed like it. The church has certain resources available, but unless I know what we're dealing with and have more information, there's not much I can do.
Yeah.
What can you tell us?
He taps the one dwarf on the shoulder, and he motions him, and he says, just the priest. And he grabs a hold of you and pulls you through the line over, and says, don't contaminate anything, but feel free to take a look inside. I assume you do so.
Alright.
I'd like to roll a perception check.
Yeah.
Sure.
First of all,
First of all,
yeah. And if we have time, I'll do detect magic as a ritual.
what were you looking for there, Zach?
I want to see if there's any damage to the building or anything that's visible from where I'm at.
Sure. Yeah, there's easily damage to the building. It almost looks like I don't even know how to probably describe it. There's like holes in the wall, but it's probably like from the inside, and it's like bowed outward in places,
Like
along the the perimeter of the building.
like kind of like something exploded inside there or grew.
They're about like cracks / broken parts about yay long, that like about yay long and wide, that extend outward periodically from different parts of the walls in this building.
Alright.
But other than that, not too much. Dorgil, so you were doing what when you looked inside? You were talking about spells?
I was gonna do
Detect
magic first.
The moment that you walk in and you start doing a detect magic at the door, you immediately get hit by magic. You don't see any like it's all residual. It's not like anything's like still there. But yeah, there's absolutely magic of some sort, and you get hit by two different types of magic. You get hit by illusion magic, and you get hit by conjuration magic.
Beavis.
My thoughts exactly. So am I able to see the bodies from where I'm led to?
Oh yeah, because they open the door for you. It basically looks like the room is covered in raspberry jelly. For the most part, with the occasional like little bits of like a finger here or there, a chip of bone. But as to like major body parts, yeah, there's no heads to talk to in here. You'd have to be doing a talk with spirit to get anything versus a talk with the dead. The dead cannot talk to you. They physically cannot do so.
That's out of my abilities, my experience.
I guess I should probably say it looks like a hearty beef stew in here.
Well, at least we know what's for dinner.
Okay.
Chicken?
Yeah.
Are there any other clues that I can make out?
Maybe if you were allowed to walk around inside, but as far as what the general has said, he doesn't want you poking around in there as of yet.
Okay.
However, if you want, I would
yes,
say I think it's only fair you could roll a perception check to maybe see something immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, not at that distance.
Okay.
You would have to go
can I
inside.
ask the person escorting me?
The general
person escorting me. When was this discovered? Do we know if they're gnomes, dwarves, some mix?
And he shrugs and he goes, honestly, we have no way to tell who they were, except for the fact that I'm sure we'll get a number of missing person reports right soon, within the next day or two.
And naturally, no idea who could have done this then. Or what, rather.
And you see he spits on the ground nearby and he goes, I wouldn't put it past an experiment by the gnomes, but as to who knows? Ancestors know.
Right. We'll be in Gaznik for a bit. I get the feeling that whatever did this will uncover some clues sooner or later. And if we do, I'll make sure to inform you, sir.
Of course. Don't be getting into any trouble, though. Leave this for the guard. But feel free to offer your assistance in the future. We always could use more dwarves that have a good head on their shoulders.
Literally in this case.
What was his name? General.
He goes by the General. And you would know
Okay.
because I mean he's a major figurehead. He's basically like the chief of police for Gaznik.
He sells insurance too as a side
Yeah,
business.
right. Exactly. He drives around in a tank.
Yeah.
But he's the head of the Mithril Guard, which are basically the military force for Gaznig. But because Gaznig never really gets attacked, he essentially is more like a police officer.
So it's like a heavily militarized police force, basically.
Very military. Basically, like
Okay.
Japan's like home defense SLDF, like kind of.
Technically not a military.
Yeah,
but they have
technically.
tanks.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the population like in Gaznak? How many?
About 60,000 dwarves and gnomes.
And then
They're
like 2,000 like random visitors.
yeah, about that. They have a lot of halflings as well that tend to visit here. But they like the halflings tend to be more like entertainers, bards, and actors, and like musicians and type shit like that versus anything else. Occasionally there's some tinker hardy halfling that makes their way to Gaznik. Some other races stay here, particularly because of the schools. With those 3 colleges, each having a specialty, oftentimes humans send people up this way, wizards and apprentices up this way to study with those schools, if those tend to be like the styles that they're interested in, alternative methods to magic and shit like that. But
So these are famous schools.
Yeah, they're very, very well known, particularly more with like host truths than like other parts of the world. The barbarians don't give a fuck about arcane magic. The elves, they don't need other locations to teach them how to do magic.
Maybe they recognize this as like the least shitty of the lower races.
Yeah, but they still
they're
like
still
elves
very
are still gonna be high elves are still gonna be like crazy not interested here. Like, I mean, it's the kind of thing where it's like you might have written a good essay once at college, kind of thing. Like, a broken clock is right twice a day kind of mentality towards like the gnomes and their magics.
I'll show them. Bring a whole army of golems.
Yeah. I think that's probably like the one thing that the elves like begrudgingly like admit is gnomes know how to make golems way better than anyone else does. But that's probably
Congrats.
Of their willingness to admit anything.
So you guys gonna all split up now, or?
Yeah, so I think at that point you all split up. Thorgil heads off to the Mithril Market. I think we got enough time for probably the role play at the college, and then I think I want to call it there, whatever time that is. Just because I don't want to dive into too much other shit.
We have time for my roleplay too. I'm eating turkey legs and playing beer pong.
Yeah, done.
Roleplay.
No problem.
Yeah.
Piece of cake. So Valium and Riley, you make your way, constantly asking guards along the way. You guys begin to notice that there are a fuckload of guards. Like there's usually guards in places, but there are a lot of guards. It's like there's at least a dwarf guard on every block, like on every corner of every block, and they're pretty good about like being like not invasive or whatever, but they're there.
Okay.
So you're able to get directions. Like basically every time you reach a corner, you're like you just ask the next dwarf where to go, and they you slowly navigate yourselves down to the college. Give me 1 second.
After a while, I would like to ask the dwarves, though, why there's so many guards out. Or if this is normal. Like, because it seems out of place, correct?
For you guys, yeah. They grumble something about increases in watch and safety for the city.
Nod politely and move on my way.
Yeah. So you guys make your way down, and you actually reach a spot where like you're being directed towards like a hole in the rock, and it seems natural in its make. And as you carry on through, what you essentially reach is a cavern, and inside that cavern is a lot more normalized building. Like it looks like a normal building versus like that giant like cacophony of apartment complex type things. Sweeping buttresses and high peaks, multiple stories. This had an actual blueprint to it when it was built, and it's kind of got a smaller Hogwarts-y feel to it, but it's in this natural cavern with a path leading out to it.
Which college is this?
This is the Golden Oak College.
The anti-Beavis.
The anti Lightbringer college.
Perfect. The dark magic is here. Ah.
Yeah. So as you guys continue forward, you immediately come up to a wall, and this is not a small wall. It's a very large wall, like 12 feet tall, made out of stone, and there's no gates or anything. You're able to walk right in, and immediately upon walking in, you see why this is called the Golden Oak College. Inside, there's like right at the entranceway, there's a kind of like a pavilion platform area, like a open area, and inside is a garden. But sitting in the garden, and like there's full blown grass, and there like, and it's all alive. It's 100% like fully functioning grass and plants and shrubs. There's some rose bushes growing along one of the walls, but in the middle is an oak tree that is 100% solid gold.
That's a little ostentatious.
Alchemist's dream there, much?
A little ostentatious pretty accurately sums up the gnome.
Yeah.
Very
Fair
ostentatious, but little is...
That's probably fair. I deserve that. I'm gonna go touch it.
So you walk over, and I guess as you start to like walk over, you start to notice that there are gnomes walking around here. Occasionally a dwarf. They're a little bit more rare. A few humans, and yeah, just quite like you're able to walk right up to it and touch it and everything. It's not like any alarms go off or anyone wards you away. No problem.
Sweet. Is there like a class listing anywhere nearby?
You want to sit in on a seminar?
I'm thinking about if there's a good one.
I think like maybe like you guys go into the actual college, and you start looking around, and let's see what would be some classes available. Let's see, what would it be? There seems to be some seminar on like one of them's called who needs to be charming when you can just charm them. There's one
That's pretty friendly.
one called blatant symbolism. There's one called spells for the masses. There's one called let's see here.
Rituals 101.
Come on, give me a good class.
Dominate
backstabbing.
Yeah, backstabbing would be a good one.
Domineering magic is in there. There's
How to be invisible anywhere for dummies.
the power of words.
Oh God! Like this is like the anti-assassins.
They do specialize in enchantment.
Are you just like Googling like random sounding college classes?
No, I'm actually looking at classes inside the School of like spells inside the School of Enchantment, and like figuring out like what they would associate their classes with.
I'm going to assume none of these classes match what I'm after.
One of them is what would it be? Spells for I guess it would just be a list like sleep, days, and insanity. How to get the better of your foe.
What about distance conjuration? He could learn to like conjure something deadly inside somebody.
What, like a pissed off group of ants?
Or like poison.
That's fucked up. I like the pissed off group of ants slowly
Yeah.
eating you from the inside out. That's
Imagine
fucked up.
if you
That's
could
terrible.
like from 20 yards away just summon like a block of ice around somebody's heart.
Ooh.
And they die, and then nobody can ever figure it out.
That's
How.
Kali Ma shit going on there.
I don't think this school teaches that, unfortunately.
How I learned to stop worrying and let the fireball.
Yeah.
I like the Doctor Strange reference. Or not Doctor Strange.
I'm gonna go to like their dark arts section of the library at this point and try to find books that they kind of try to hide away from students and see if there's anything good in there.
Okay. Riley, where are you looking at going?
Doctor Strange love. The
Zach.
Golem section. He's going.
Oh, sorry.
Golem.
Yeah. Anything and everything on Golem. Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted.
Yeah, so you guys inspected the classes, but you didn't really see any lectures that you really wanted to jump on right away. So you make your way to the library. And interestingly enough, like no one stops you, no one even questions the fact that there's a human
And a lizard.
assassin and a lizard folk walking around. And you walk right into the library. Give me a investigation check to see if you find anything interesting.
Okie dokie. I can never. Where are you? Investigation.
Alright, here comes the Yahtzee roll. This is gonna be 50-50. Hey!
Yeah. You don't find anything like both of you don't find anything super juicy. So at least for you, Riley, you find like a a Golems for Dummies book. That basically gives like descriptions of different types of golems and like material listings for what it requires to build them. But it seems, at least from leafing through it, severely lacking as to how to actually go about doing the enchanting, so much as purposes for them and how to do everything up until the magic section. Um, as for you, Riley, or not Riley, Valium, you don't find anything that's so much about killing, but you do find a a book titled how to cloak yourself in magic, and it shows like like quickly inside the chapter section when you look at it, about how to use magic to veil yourself in multiple ways, like how to make yourself invisible and stuff like that. It's definitely like a low level book of illusions, how to use minor magics to change how you look, how to like basically alter self spell, invisibility spell. What it's basically doing is it's low level thievery using magic, and how to hide who you are, like, and it's like, sometimes doing things you don't want anyone to recognize you. Use an alter self spell to pull that off. Make and then like then there's like you see like a note that like scribbled in the side, and it goes, always have a rival that you'd like to frame next to it, and
I'd like
things
to check
like
this
that.
book out permanently.
So you walk over to like the librarian and you want to like check it out, like buy it basically.
She won't let me do it. I'm just gonna take it.
You basically come up to a mousy little female gnome. She's got her hair pulled back into a ponytail, but she's got like her ears are just completely studded with different jewelry and hoops and whatnot. She's got like a gauge, but then the gauge has like hoops through the gauge, so like basically she can have more hoops inside of her ears, kind of thing. All of different colors and metals and whatnot. And every time like she like shakes her head, it sounds like wind chimes going off from her
I need to
ears.
check this book out quick.
And she goes, do you have a library card with us, ma'am?
No.
Just use an alter self spell and pretend like you're a student. Like right in front of her, just change your face.
I didn't read
Well,
the book apparently.
She goes, that's fine. We have plenty of visitors that do that. We will have to take the value of the book, which you will get 96% of that back upon return of the book itself.
Okay. I just want the book.
That will be a 10 gold deposit. You will receive 96% of that back upon return of the book.
Fine. Boom. Slap down the money.
Okay, yeah. So you slap down the 10 gold, and she quickly puts it into her little like cash register type like lockbox area, and she quickly like scribbles something into a book, and she goes, What should I put for the name of the renter?
Valley.
Phoebus.
Yeah, I thought you were
Oh
gonna
god,
do
I should have
this.
thrown Phoebus under the. Yeah, I'm gonna put Phoebus in the book.
Wait,
She
but-
like,
Don't do that because she'll know who I am.
and that's a male name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fine. I'll put my name
The,
in Valley.
the Bina. Well, you don't. It's not like my name or your name. You could totally just make some bullshit up.
Again.
Put down Kiro's name. I don't know.
Yeah, so she quickly scribbles Valium, and then she looks at that and she goes, "Isn't that a medicinal?"
Finger guns. Just wink and be finger guns.
I'm gonna take that suggestion and do it, and I'm gonna walk off while doing it. Just
And she does like one of those like, bye, like kind of like one of those like really like
as I'm
odd things.
So
as I'm about to exit the door, I would like to say bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
so is she so that's the librarian that he's talking to?
Yeah.
So after he's done doing that, can I then ask her if she happens to know any specifics on books on golems or anything about where would be appropriate to look?
I'm very sorry for my friend there. Could you help me out?
Pretty much.
She goes, what type of golem are you looking for? Flesh, clay, iron, blood?
I'll go with iron.
Iron?
Uh,
She quickly checks her index and she goes, I'm very sorry, but most of the golem books are checked out. You please understand that our college being what it is, golems are a major priority and often get used.
Correct.
If you want, I'd be more than happy to reserve a book for you if your stay is extended here in the city.
Oh, that'd be much appreciated.
All I need is your name and where you're staying, and I will be more than happy to have a book sent to you when it becomes available.
Oh, my name's Roy Williams, and we're staying at the what was it?
Holiday Inn.
No.
The short stay.
The short. We're staying at the short stay. As I nod at Rocky.
Yeah, she chuckles and
I'm
she
just-
goes,
I'm not with it. Sorry.
no problem. She chuckles and she's like, oh, that I know that bar very well. Okay, I'll make sure that if something becomes available, we'll get that to you.
Oh, I much appreciate it. Is there anyone else I could possibly talk to about any information, or anywhere else I could go to find out anything? In the meantime.
Honestly, if you're going to speak to anyone, you'd want to speak to maybe like one of the professors, but or at least at one of the Black Blasts. But they all are quite busy. You might be able to find Leighton Black Blast somewhere out in the city.
Oh dear.
The Inventor's quarter is your most likely bet. That's where he spends most of his time.
Oh, well, thank you very much, ma'am. And I will be on my way.
Okay. So, Thorgil, you are in the Mithril Market.
So, what does he have in store?
Yes.
Have you been looking for that one?
No, I just came up with that one.
What are we gonna do with you? But yeah. First thing of all, I want to look for a better weapon.
Oh boy, yeah. There's better weapons, all right. What
Of course,
kind
there
of?
is this dwarven make.
Get a grenade launcher.
Yeah, there's everything under the sun as far as weaponry goes.
Just get a blunderbuss. It'll be fine. Trust me.
So, like, to what level are you? Like, how much gold are you looking to drop in this? Like, are you looking for like an enchanted warhammer, just like a +1? Like,
I'm willing to spend up to like 500 gold, maybe even push it to 600.
If you can find something super badass for like 1,000, I'll totally loan it to you interest free. Because we don't tend to get to really badass markets like this very often. Or
Yeah,
my
so
dad will loan it to you.
Yeah. I have 900 to spend. I'd like to save 300 of that for my next thing if I can. But
I
if there's
forgot
something
you
really
made a
good, I'm
killing.
also willing to spend it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
I made a
forgot how
whole
rich
bunch
he
of money
was.
betting, and now I'm cashing in.
let's see here. What can you get for that price? Do you have a particular type of weapon you're looking for? Like a warhammer or?
Warhammer's been pretty good, so either that or like a mace, maybe even an axe.
What's stopping you from getting a mace and a shield? For that sweet, sweet AC.
I already have a shield actually.
Oh. So you have like a one-handed Warhammer. I was picturing like a giant, like, Skyrim two-handed one.
Yeah.
That's a maul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked up a shield
maul.
+1, which has been really helpful. Maul would be
So you
fun,
have +3 from your shield? Damn.
but no,
Big
I want.
remember.
Is your mall's name Darth?
No, that was a C.
No,
That was brutal.
Oh, you guys know you enjoy my dark humor. Okay, I'll leave.
I'm just gonna get out of here.
Vibrators bouncing on the table.
Nate's.
No, it's a little spinner thing, and I have a heavy desk.
Nate's.
Do you have a fidget spinner?
I teach in a high school. I see these things all
Oh, right, yeah,
fucking
okay.
day.
No, I understand.
Go.
I
Was
forgot
that a
about
confiscated one, or did you buy it?
No, I got it for $2 online.
So.
that. Oh man,
probably-
it should have been a confiscated one. That would have been.
That would have been way better.
We don't confiscate things at John I. Our students have guns. You don't really take their things.
Oh.
Fuck.
Jesus. That's a little dark.
No, I would bet that the vast majority of my students do not carry guns to school.
I would hope not.
it's a pretty sketchy school, but
I mean, none of them are legally allowed to conceal carry. So
that doesn't.
That doesn't stop a lot of places.
I
My,
get that. it
my
doesn't
school
stop it,
is
but it shouldn't.
72% Hispanic, and a good chunk of them are not legally allowed to be in this country.
That's all.
So
Okay, so as you're walking along the stalls, you're met with I mean mithril chainmail. You see some of the best steel plate armor that money could buy, shields that are obviously enchanted with powerful magics. Some of them.
Oh, I didn't even think about getting a better shield.
Some of them of wondrous make. Hawkers crying out about what is it? Like a shield of alertness, and ultimately you come up to.
I'm sorry. I was just picturing a shield with like a line of coke on it.
Yeah, right.
Like, you'd be real alert.
Yeah, and ultimately you come up to an area and just hanging all along the booth are different weapons, swords and scabbards, axes, war hammers, everything like that. Let's see about price for this guy.
Let's pool all of our money together and kit Thorgil out to be unstoppable and just hide behind him. Get him like 22
To
AC.
be honest, I almost already am.
What's your AC?
Right now I'm at 20, but I have the scale mail that makes crits do normal damage. I've got a shield
And
+1.
so if
Really,
we
the
could
only thing that's not good is my weapon.
pool our money together and get you a badass hammer and like a shield +3.
No, dude, you don't need to have a weapon. You just sit there and you dodge and you dodge and you dodge.
Yeah. So when you approach this area, you see a large number of them have little pieces of paper with hooked in wire and then attached to the items. A majority of these are very lightly magicked, not like super heavy, like basically +1 as far as power goes. But luckily, the price is very low. You're looking at about 300 gold for a single one of these.
For a what?
A +1 battle axe or warhammer or sword or great
So
sword.
it's just supply and demand. There's so many really good blacksmiths and enchanters in this city that
Normally an item like this, I can say this just out of the context. Hero paid like 600 or 700 gold for the same thing.
glad she's not here. She'd be pissed.
All right, yeah.
What he should do is go
Buy
and
20 of them.
volunteer
Yeah.
to test out experimental weapons.
Oh,
and get
that's
like,
way
I don't
better.
know,
All right,
a gnomish actuated hammer or something like that.
I was gonna say we should buy a bunch of them and sell them where they're more expensive, but your idea is much cooler.
Go to the inventor's quarter and get a magical wrench. Just a giant, like, 4-foot wrench made out of magic.
See what happens. What's the worst?
Alright, so yeah, I will pick up a +1 battle axe.
Okay. Done.
Sweet.
So just knock
That's
off that
300
gold.
gold.
Yep, 300 gold.
And you got plenty to buy a shield if you want,
Okay.
right?
Yep. Well, I don't imagine I'll get a much better shield, right? They would be about the same price range and not much better.
Well, if
Yeah, so instead of a 2 AC shield, it would be a +1 shield, which would give you 3 AC. So your AC would go up by 1.
I already have a +1 shield, so.
Oh, done. No problem.
well, what I was saying is, if could he buy like a +2? Is it like exponential leap instead of 600? A +2 is like 1,000 or 12, like 2,000 or something. Like, how does that work?
So you would have to speak to a wizard or a mage or someone like
so
that.
you can't just buy that right here.
That's
Okay.
not a at the point like you could basically +1s can be non-magical but be a fine make. Like, just the quality is so good that it's basically magical. But when you start going into +2, that's actual enchanting.
And
That's
it's
going
custom
on.
order stuff, kind of.
Custom order takes like a week or so to do. If it's previously enchanted before, that's even harder because they're basically having to disenchant and then re-enchant or augment the enchantment, etc., etc. But and obviously every time you upgrade, the price goes up significantly.
Sweet.
Solid first roll.
So once I
So
get
is that
that,
+1 to hit?
once I get that squared away.
+1 to hit and +1 to damage.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Once that's squared away, I want to go to a place where I can get some jewels, like 300 gold worth of diamonds for a particular spell.
I feel like someone is prepping for death.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
I just know that all resurrection-esque necromancy spells require diamonds.
Yeah. Mostly for Revify. So if
Yeah.
anyone dies, I can get him back up.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like
So you're
within
buying
like
an insurance policy.
it's like as long as he gets
Pretty much.
to you within a minute, he can bring you back to life with no impediment. Yeah, that's definitely available here. Lots of hawkers with all kinds of gems. They look at you a little weird, but then they see the amulet around your neck. Particularly like a couple gnomes, they tend to be like selling jewelry. So you're like go up there and you're like, I just want diamonds, and they're like, what? But yeah, they sell you. Is there like a price range per diamond that you're looking for?
It just needs to be diamonds.
Usually it's like a
totaling
diamond.
worth
Yeah,
about
there we
300 G.
So that's per diamond, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just need like one.
But he is in Gaznex, so they should be cheaper because they're like
they're
common.
cheaper here.
Yeah, that
one
was
second.
my thoughts.
Come on, game. Oops, I did that wrong. Come on, game. Um. I think I'm typing something. 200 gold per diamond.
Sweet. So I'll get one.
Okay. So another 200 gold knocked off.
Yep.
Now you just have to hope that you're not the one that needs it.
Exactly.
That's why you have 20 AC.
The last. Oh wait. How many times have I gone down?
Nope. And you said there's one
Anyways.
other thing?
Yeah, one last thing. Flowers. Not for a spell or
Flowers?
anything. It's for yeah.
Like living, breathing flowers?
Yeah, I imagine they'd be kind of hard to find down here, or maybe there's like a sort of bioluminescent variety that grows in caves.
Are you looking for like just flowers in general, or like is there a particular flower that you're looking for?
Yeah. Not particularly, like a bouquet, almost.
Okay.
Just like a little
Roll me an investigation
thing of
check.
flowers.
So it takes you a little bit. This is a giant bazaar with lots of hawkers selling their wares. And one of the other things is like it's particularly busy because like you have the surface races buying all these like fantastic tools and mechanisms and things like that. But then you also have all the dwarves and gnomes buying grain and cattle and shit like that from the surface cities, particularly from like the host truce area that have been brought here. And it takes you a little bit, but you eventually find a halfling that has what is essentially like a flower shop set up, and there's all kinds of flowers. A lot more of like the long stem varieties, like tulips and roses and things like that. Not things like a couple birds of paradise-esque type things, but nothing super. No orchids or anything like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I'd get it just like a little bunch of roses and tulips.
That would be 5 gold. which is actually stupidly expensive for roses.
Yeah, makes sense for Gasnig.
Right, exactly.
Down deep in the
It's just like
bottom
of
of
all
the
the things you just like were throwing money out on like these super like crazy things. It's like actually the markup value on that was retarded.
Yeah, because a night at the hotel was 3 gold. So these are some expensive ass flowers.
Right.
Yeah. What are they like cold storage to get them here or something?
Well, they have to grow them up at the top. They can't grow them down where the merchants
Yeah.
are.
Right.
It's just very limited supply.
Yeah.
Supply demand kind of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. That's it for shopping, and then I want to visit the dwarven tombs.
Okay. Well, I think that is an interesting bit of roleplay that I'd like to save for next time. Because it is
Okay.
11:56. So, way to go, guys. Glad to dive back into this. I'll be excited to see what you guys end up doing inside Gazneg when things go really bonkers. But we will see that next time. Steven, keep in mind if you ever come up with a different name for the Conjure Dome.
No, I did. I emailed it to you. Or I didn't email it to you. I Skyped it to
Messaged
you.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take a look at that and I'll change it. And we'll see about that grisly murder thing that occurred. And possibly Beavis's family finding out that he is in the city. Because
Awesome.
what kind of
Yeah.
story would it be if I didn't have Beavis's family find out that he was there?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been loudly partying for a while, so I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Yeah. Drinks on me!
Yeah. The Lightbringers have got it.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, good.
Next week is Saturday, right?
Next week, back to the normal time. Saturday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. And we'll dive into a more hearty plot. Really, tonight I wanted to kind of introduce Gasnig, show you what it was about, hook you a little bit with like some things going on, but I didn't also know what you guys were wanting to do here. I know at least like in the case of like Steven, you're like, I don't really want to have like a super big long story about Gasnik. Like, okay, no problem. One shot esque material, done. So yeah, definitely wanted you guys to be able to shop, spend a bunch of that gold that you guys made and stuff like that. I'll be super interested to see some of the other places that you guys could go, like actually going to the deep, like Thorgil, like wanting to go to the deep and like actually like visit the tombs. I think that'll be really cool. Sometime when you guys reach the Echo of Heroes, I think that'll be pretty cool. And eventually, the arrival of Leighton Blackblessed, or possibly Glintwin Lightbringer, Beavis's father.
Ah, now I know his name.
Yep.
I grew up in the same house, and I never knew his first name.
That's because he was always Sir to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be cool. I got a huge PDF with all the shit that. Actually,
My family.
probably just show this to you guys. Nah, because there's still some information you haven't seen yet, like the library. I'd
So
rather
maybe,
just
like,
tell you guys.
Cull it and send me the stuff that's just pertinent to my family.
I've left a lot of that open because I wanted to ask you questions about
That
it.
makes sense, yeah.
Because some of it's gonna come up like I can tell, like, I mean, stuff's gonna go bonkers, and obviously you and your family are gonna be involved. So I kind of want, like, I don't know how all that's gonna play out as far as like things go, because I don't know some of the backstory of your family. So like,
That makes sense.
like I made them conjuration for the sole sake of I wanted it to be not your school so that like the black sheep feel is even stronger with you. It's like, that way like if you meet your mother, like she's gonna like try to like just come back to school. I'm sure you'd be good at conjuration, like kind of thing. Like classic
You're only 120. You've got plenty of time.
You got plenty of time. Kind of thing. Like, some of those kind of things we'll get to see a little bit more. I don't know if you have siblings. That could be certainly something funny.
Yeah, shitload of them.
Well, I mean, there's
siblings.
Like 120 of them, one for each.
Oh, good lord.
No, gnomes are born in litters. I have 8 twins.
Litters.
8 Beavises running around.
Nope.
Yeah.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming. Hope you guys had fun, and we'll catch you next time. Laters.